For thousands of years, the Nile River has been the lifeblood of civilization. It fed the pharaohs, built empires, and sustained millions. But for the longest time, the water simply flowed, untouchable. Until now. Deep in the Benishangul Gumuz region of Ethiopia, a monster of concrete and steel has risen. It is the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam. This isn't just a dam. It is a $5 billion gamble. To Ethiopia, it is a beacon of hope, a project that promises to light up a nation in the dark. But to its neighbors downstream, it is seen as an existential threat. How did Ethiopia build Africa's largest power plant with its own money? And why has this engineering marvel sparked one of the fiercest geopolitical standoffs of the 21st century? Today, we go inside the project that is rewriting the map of Africa. This is the story of the GERD. To understand why this dam exists, you have to look at the lights. Or rather, the lack of them. For decades, Ethiopia has been one of the fastest-growing economies in the world, yet nearly half of its population still lives without reliable access to electricity. It is a cruel paradox. Ethiopia is the source of the Blue Nile, which contributes nearly 85% of the Nile's water. Yet it was unable to harness that power for its own people. In 2011, the government decided to change that. They launched Project X, later renamed the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam. But there was a catch. International banks and donors were hesitant to fund a project that would anger Egypt. So Ethiopia did something unprecedented. They asked their own people to pay for it. Through bonds, salary donations, and diaspora funding, this $5 billion mega-project became a symbol of national pride. It was built by Ethiopians for Ethiopia. But how do you stop the Blue Nile? The engineering required is staggering. The project actually consists of two dams. The main dam is a roller-compacted concrete giant, standing 145 meters tall, roughly the height of a 45-story building. Inside, it houses 13 massive turbines. When fully operational, these will generate over 5,000 megawatts of electricity. That more than doubles Ethiopia's previous energy output in one go. Then there is the reservoir. It's not just a lake. It's an inland sea, capable of holding 74 billion cubic meters of water. Creating this reservoir was the biggest engineering challenge, and the biggest diplomatic headache. You cannot talk about the GERD without talking about Egypt. For Egypt, the Nile is a matter of life and death. They rely on the river for nearly 97% of their water needs. For a century, colonial-era treaties gave Egypt and Sudan majority rights to the Nile's water, and effectively a veto power over upstream projects. But Ethiopia was never part of those treaties. Egypt's fear is simple. If Ethiopia fills the reservoir too quickly, the water flow downstream drops, crippling Egyptian agriculture. Ethiopia, however, argues that the dam is for power, not irrigation. The water goes through the turbines and flows back into the river. After years of tense negotiations, threats, and mediation by the African Union and the US, the reality on the ground has taken over. The dam is built. The reservoir is filling. And the catastrophe predicted by critics? It hasn't happened. Today, the turbines are spinning. The impact is already being felt. The GERD is turning Ethiopia into the battery of Africa. Ethiopia has already begun exporting cheap, clean energy to its neighbors like Kenya and Djibouti. This creates a web of economic interdependence that could actually reduce conflict in the long run. Instead of fighting over water, the region is beginning to trade in power. The dam regulates the river's flow, preventing devastating floods in Sudan and providing a steady stream of energy for a developing continent. The Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam is proof that Africa doesn't need permission to build its future. It is a monument to resilience, engineering, and the sheer will of a nation to rise. But the story isn't over. As the reservoir reaches full capacity, the geopolitical landscape will continue to shift. What do you think? Is the GERD a threat or a triumph? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure to like and subscribe to Pan Africa News Scope. And if you want to see more mega projects like the $19 billion refinery in Nigeria, check out this video right here. Thanks for watching.